Hello, I'm Dave Karger. Thanks for starting your Saturday with me here on TCM. Today's musical matinee feature is a movie that on paper sounds a little bit odd. It's a gangster movie set during the Prohibition era, but it's a comedy. The entire cast is made up of children, and obviously it's a musical. Still, somehow, all of these different elements come together in a way that makes perfect sense on screen. From 1976, it's Bugsy Malone. The movie was written and directed by British filmmaker Alan Parker, who had started out working in advertising and honed his skills directing hundreds of TV commercials in the 1960s and early 70s. He had also created a handful of films for television, but Bugsy Malone was his first theatrical film as director. According to Parker, the idea stemmed from stories he made up for his own children to entertain them during long car rides. The fictional gangster Bugsy Malone was an amalgam of different Hollywood gangsters Parker had seen in the movies as a kid. It was Parker's eldest son who suggested casting child actors to play all of the roles in the film, and that's exactly what he did. Most of the actors had little or no film experience, including the 14-year-old who was chosen to play the title role, Scott Baio, who was then a complete unknown. But one member of the cast was a movie veteran, Jodie Foster, who was 13 at the time. Foster had been acting since she was 3 years old and had already made an impact on TV and in films like Martin Scorsese's Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. By the time Bugsy Malone hit theaters, Foster had also received critical acclaim for her performance in another Scorsese film, Taxi Driver, which was released earlier the same year. Her role in that movie earned her the first of her 5 career Oscar nominations. In Bugsy Malone, she plays a nightclub singer, but as you'll see, none of the children in the cast actually sing the songs, which were composed by Paul Williams and recorded by adults. I'll have more on that after the movie. From 1976, also with John Cassisi, here is Bugsy Malone. The songs in Bugsy Malone were written by Paul Williams, who wrote many popular hits in the 1970s, including for groups like The Carpenters and Three Dog Night. Williams recorded the music for Bugsy Malone with himself and other adults performing the songs, and he sent the recordings to director Alan Parker. According to Parker, when he first listened to the music, he thought it sounded strange to hear adults singing songs that were meant to be performed by children. But since he didn't have time to redo the recordings, he decided to use them as they were, with the child actors lip-syncing along with the more mature voices. Bugsy Malone was Parker's first movie musical, but it wasn't his last. While Parker was known for working across genres, he returned to the musical several times throughout his career, including with landmark films like Fame from 1980 and Pink Floyd The Wall from 1982. Up next, Paul Newman gives one of his most iconic performances in a prison drama from 1967.
Next on TCM, Cool Hand Luke, then The Split, and later, The Maltese Falcon. TCM flips you the bird today.